Welcome to another episode of Core Reviews. I'm Legacy.
And I'm Max.
Bobby.
Manhunter.
Welcome to our fourth of this monthly reviews. So this month, because of its summertime, we thought nothing better than to watch a movie called Heat. You know?
Get it?
Summer made sense.
And Phil, let me say, it delivered the heat. Let me just say.
So for those of you who don't know, the movie came out in December 15th, 1995, starring Al Pacino and Robert De Niro as the two main leads, but had a killer cast with Val Kilmer, Ashley Judd, Diane Verona, John Voight.
Honestly, it's who wasn't in that movie.
Yeah. So just a clue in all these movie reviews, they are going to be spoiler reviews. So if you haven't
to be
watched
fair,
it,
if you have, he came out in 1995.
You had your chance.
You had plenty of time.
it was a really good movie released by Warner Bros. Pictures. So, guys, let's just do our overall general thoughts of the movie because several of us, it was our first time watching it. I think Vitamin J is one of the only people who's seen it all the way through before. So, what are our overall reviews?
Well, I knew coming into this I was going to like it because, I mean, one, his reputation is pretty. It has stood the test of time. I've never heard anyone really say anything bad about it, so I knew coming in I was probably going to like it, especially with the A-list cast, too.
Oh, and the director's good, because the director did Manhunter, Last Mohicans, obviously Heat, Insider, I think he did Ali. I don't know what he's done recently, but...
If you want to know, got 88% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I enjoyed the movie quite a bit. However, I did think several scenes could have been cut from that movie. I think it could have been 2 hours flat, and it could have been just the same movie.
We didn't need to see both Al Pacino and Robert De Niro go exchange sex scenes, so we could have skipped that.
Yeah, we could have cut that, and then a bunch of the scenes, like with like their spouses, I didn't think really added much. I mean, because I was like, okay, I get it. Al Pacino, he's about to be 3 times divorced. He's, essentially married to his job, not his wife. Okay, I get it, but they kept harping on it.
Look, if Pacino got sex and De Niro had to get one, they had to make it equal,
De Niro's not going to get up stage.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my only complaint was the movie was quite a bit long. It could have been a lot shorter.
It's only 2 hours 50. That's it, man.
Yep.
Yeah, let's start off from the beginning. So in the beginning, it starts off with Neil McCauley, which is Robert De Niro's character. Him and his crew are about to create a heist in the very beginning.
Well, the heist is they're stealing bearer bonds. And the first time I watched Heat, I had to look up what those were and why they stole that instead of the cash. But obviously, they explain in this movie as well that basically they're untraceable. Basically, whoever holds it owns it. So that's pretty interesting. They don't do them anymore, obviously, but that's an interesting concept.
I think it's also like at the beginning, they also show you right off the one you have to worry about with Waingro going out killing those officers when he didn't need to. Mm-hmm. And like, okay, well, this is the unhinged one of the group. This is the one we got to worry about.
You look like white trash Hulk Hogan. That's what you look like.
Hey. Nine, look like Nick Cage from Con Air.
Oh, yeah. So it was kind of interesting. After that whole thing, then you start having the others come in, introducing some of the more characters. You do see a little bit of Al Pacino's home life, showing his daughter's family and everything.
Can we talk about Ted Levine, who's a cop and everything, apparently?
He's either a crazy killer guy, like in Joyride, and obviously, Silence of the Lambs, or he's a cop.
In my head, I'm going to have it that I don't care what his character name is in the movie. In my mind, it's going to be Leland Stoudemire, and
he died.
His journey.
Died.
We didn't. I didn't see him get buried. Okay, he came back.
He wasn't blinking.
He was just in shock.
He looked shocked. He looked very shocked.
Yeah, he looked dead as Max. I'm being honest with you.
Pretty stiff.
Leland Stoudemire, and then he worked with Monk. It was interesting also to see because Tom Sizemore, he also died. I forget his character's name, but he was one who died in the same scene.
Chirito.
I guess it kind of hit a little bit because he had the most outside life. He had the wife, kids.
Yeah, so like he really didn't. He really didn't
need to. But like he said, he likes the thrill of it. So.
And I mean, you kind of knew because once Robert De Niro said that thing, like, if I was you, I would not do this, man. You got stuff outside of this life, walk away. And when he's like, I like to throw, I'm like, oh, he definitely died.
As soon as De Niro's talking about how much stuff he has like outside of this, I was like, he's 100% dying, 100% dying.
And you could kind of see that with the driver for the bank scene.
Bro, see, okay, so here's the thing. I feel like, man,
sometime.
that he died. So that was one of the things I guess they could have cut was his whole, like, most of his backstory. Because honestly, in the grand scheme
like
of things, you know,
like he could have been not been in the movie and would not change one bit.
no, you needed him because you needed the replacement driver for Danny Trejo.
Well, I know, but I'm saying, but like I didn't need his backstory because it didn't make that one difference.
Yeah, they really didn't.
Because really, all they needed to say was, "Hey," because they could have like just seen him in the diner and be like, "Hey, who's that guy? Oh, I used to be in prison with him or whatever," and then that's all you needed.
Yeah, I think they're trying to go for the emotional thing, but I'm like, he's in it enough for me to have the tie.
Yeah, he's not in it enough. He's barely in it.
Yeah.
I was happy that William Fichtner got what he deserved.
He always plays those characters that you just want to see get their shit packed in.
They threw a little twist, not a twist, but they added a little extra reason, not like Wayne Grove, because obviously he's like a serial killer as well, as a criminal, like bank robber heist guy.
Yeah,
He's just crazy.
They really did show you he's unhinged, and it was kind of like it was interesting.
I kind of wish they did show more of that though, because it was like just two scenes, and then it was like he got caught by the FBI. Because I wish they could have done more to show how, crazy or sadistic he was. But I mean, the one kill was enough.
Well, he practiced that line about the Grim Reaper. You think he practiced that?
He said it.
Yeah, that was the first time. That was the first time he said that.
He wasn't that smart to think of it on the spot. That was interesting because, after you see that scene, they try and kill him. Unfortunately, he just gets away. They Robert De Niro's character's like, "No, we gotta kill this dude because he's gonna that was ridiculous. He's gonna get us caught." There was no need for killing those guys.
Because Robert De Niro's all about the business. He ain't messing around.
You don't mess up the money.
Because it's easy to be cool with Clutcher, because he can drop anything he wants in 30 seconds.
Which was beautifully illustrated at the end of the movie when he let that girl just hanging. That look on her face was priceless. She could not believe this man just ditched her.
Yeah, so then De Niro acts like he's going to leave with this woman, and then as he is about to leave with her, but then Al Pacino, he sees Al Pacino, so he does what he's been saying he was going to do the whole movie. He dipped, and this woman was actually shot Pikachu, after she already told her.
She didn't move for a week, dude.
She was quite shocked by the proceedings.
Well, I mean, he does say that line, follow the code, allow nothing to be in your life that you cannot walk out on in 30 seconds flat if you spot the heat around the corner. So that's his code.
Both the main characters in the movie played by a certain code, and they adhered to it.
And obviously, since we're talking about heat, we got to talk about the diner scene. I thought it was pretty good.
Definitely, if you had a pinpoint of scene in the movies, either that or the bank heist.
I like the bank heist better.
That was a long shootout too.
Yep,
a lot of bullets.
Yeah, that was a lot. I was like, dang, it's a lot of bullets messing up a lot of cars.
You saw them reload though, so that was nice.
Yeah, that was good because I was gonna be a little upset of like, hey man, you all shot a whole lot.
That's another thing with Val Kilmer's character is they showed in the movie that he's quite good with guns. He was like going back and forth.
I know, dude. I was like the way he was going back and forth. Super quick, I was like, "Damn!"
I was like, "This man knows what he's doing."
Yeah, this man's been around.
Yeah, the way he was doing it, I was like, "Man, this man plays Call of Duty 100%."
Well, the strategy. Well, when they were shooting and saying "go," there's like some good teamwork. Him, Robert De Niro, and Val Kilmer at that one point.
Good teamwork. That communication is key.
You saw it multiple times, even at the when they tried to drill into the metal place, which tried to steal the metals. They said, "No, stop," and then they left. No arguing, no nothing, just go.
That jackass lost his job.
Oh, yeah, blew it. Could have prevented that whole thing. They had him, and then he just wanted to sit down and made a bunch of noise, and it's like, oh, Robert De Niro's like,
yep, dumbass.
I also did like they showed how smart they were with that one scene where where they were all in the middle of like that boatyard, and they're like looking and pointing around, and really they wanted to see who's following them.
That scene was kind of funny to me because when Al Pacino realizes what's happened, he really hams it up. If I was the rest of them, I'm like, "What, dude? Would you fucking say it already?" Because he's like, "I know what they were saying. You want to know what they're saying? I'll tell you what they saw."
Sure.
I was like, "Dude, say it."
Say it. I'm dying here.
That's why he's one of the best.
Yeah, my man, he hammed it up pretty good in this movie.
Yeah, if you want the stereotypical Al Pacino that you always hear impersonated, he does it all in this movie.
fantastic.
Like you guys said, the diner scene where you're talking about the one where Al Pacino and Al Pacino and De Niro, that was like very cool conversation of like, there's respect, because it's funny because also they're big, like there's this respect between, but they also, I'm going to take you down, buddy.
Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but I believe I've heard that they actually didn't film that scene in the same room. They filmed them separate.
Yeah, they did. Because I remember allegedly somebody said at one point they had never done a scene together. Like they'd done movies together.
It was like they had technically never done a scene together until that like awful movie in the 2000s they did together with like the serial killer. Righteous Kill, I think it was what it was called.
That's surprising.
I had to fact check that, but I believe I've heard that they weren't together.
When Righteous Kill came out, I believe that was at least what they were claiming.
Yeah, and apparently this one was based on a true story of Neil.
Yeah, it like I was reading, it just seems like it was like smaller scale.
Yeah.
I like apparently they even got coffee together, so that the scene was actually based on a real event.
According to IMDb, for Al Pacino's character, it was going to be in the script that he was addicted to cocaine, which would explain the bombastic outbursts.
Al Pacino in an interview claimed that he interpreted his character as constantly going through cocaine.
Does make sense.
I was asking myself throughout the movie, when does this man sleep? And I guess that would explain why he doesn't sleep.
Cocaine, yeah.
He does not need sleep.
Pacino improvised that line because she got a great ass.
I'm not surprised to hear that. You could definitely tell the beginning season of the movie what scenes The Dark Knight was like, influenced by. Yeah, you could tell in the beginning of the movie.
Well, there's also one scene, I want to say it's around the middle of the movie, where they kind of did the Dark Knight did the same thing. They kind of did that music that slowly builds up, that like sort of a whining noise to kind of build tension in the scene.
Yeah.
So you could definitely see the ways Dark Knight was influenced by it.
Like even the conversation in the truck where it's just two dudes like the first time meeting each other, but they're about to do a heist together.
And also it gives homage because one of the actors from The Dark Knight, well, several of the actors, but one of the main actors from The Dark Knight was in it, in the bank scene, the guy who yells, "You guys are dead."
Yeah,
he was also, which was pretty cool. Also, fun fact, Keanu Reeves was actually offered the role of Chris, but he turned it down in favor of playing Hamlet at the theater, and Val Kilmer was given the role.
Keanu Reeves did Hamlet?
That's Jacob's main take.
I would have to see that.
Yeah, so that'd be a sight to behold.
Probably was for the best.
Val Kilmer definitely suits the role.
Oh yeah. What did we not like about the movie?
The length. I felt a good bit of the movie could have been cut and it would have been no different.
I think probably try about 20-30 minutes.
I think you could try 50.
It might have been my TV, but there was some parts I could barely hear any dialogue when they were talking.
I don't have issues.
The only times I couldn't hear is because we were all talking over it.
Yeah, the only thing I had difficulty with in the movie was it's hard for me to remember everyone's name. So sometimes when they're talking about people, I'm like, who are they talking about?
Yeah.
No, I remember the main ones. I was like, okay, I need to remember Sizemore, Pacino, obviously, De Niro, and Val Kilmer. Those are the ones. Everybody else, I don't. But yeah, if people rewatch this, you'll see that the cast is quite deep. Even down like the doctor is played by Jeremy Piven. It's just a lot of familiar faces.
There's that guy from the insurance commercials. I forget which one. Nationwide, maybe. Allstate. That's it. Yeah.
I will agree with Hunter. There was a couple scenes that kind of didn't go anywhere with it. That I'm like, did we need it?
Well, like you said, with the driver, I forget his name in the movie as well. But they were showing that he was trying to turn his life around.
Like we did not need that.
He's just getting beaten down by the system. But yeah, they're trying to show like this life is unforgiving.
Yeah, I get that, but it really made no difference.
Oh, I know. I see what the intent was. I just don't think it was necessary.
It would have been more impactful if he was like a bigger character.
Yeah. And then his daughter, was she like attacked or did she do that to herself?
She slit her
wrist. She did to herself.
I looked up, they said that she plays a troubled teen, and I understand that's obviously what she was, but I feel like the movie didn't really sell that enough. I didn't really.
No, it really didn't. She didn't seem that bad. You know,
yeah,
like it didn't seem that bad to me.
Besides that one scene where she's like, I wanted to be alone, I guess because she was sad over her dad not showing up or being, but it's like,
maybe in the 90s it was like, this is what a troubled teen looks like.
That's why I'm like, kind of didn't make sense, but I guess it was to give the reason for Al Pacino and his wife to kind of reconnect and to have that kind of, we're going to get back together, try things like. and screw you to Ralph or whatever. Now that 100% need to be in the movie. The Ralph scene.
The Ralph scene was very necessary. Very necessary.
But like you said, with the daughter stuff, really didn't add anything to the plot. It just kind of drew things out a little bit. I guess it was a way for her, because at the scene where Al Pacino's talking to her, they kind of agreed that they're done.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. Was like to have the, the closure, I guess.
That's like, they didn't go back to it, so I'm like, if maybe
did she die?
When I watched the first time, I'm like, well, maybe they're gonna go after. At the end, they're gonna show like she survived and he's gonna be at the hospital or something. But I'm like, no, they don't even go back to it again. So it's like, okay, well, that was kind of pointless. I don't know.
Yeah, like we literally don't even know if she died or not. We have no clue.
Yeah. I thought you could have given closure in a different way.
Obviously, you can just tell watching it that he influenced a lot of movies that followed it. Its influence still felt today.
Like I think The Town was also influenced by it because it had a lot of similarities to The Town.
I think my favorite bits were the definitely the heist and Val Kilmer doing the switching. That's pretty good.
Oh, I do have a question now. Do y'all think Al Pacino chewed the same piece of gum throughout the whole movie, or did he take multiple pieces?
He was chewing a lot of gum.
I would say after his cocaine binges, he would probably
I think he was chewing it. He was high on the cocaine.
And he's also one that opens their mouth when they chew gum. I hate that. So,
it's got, maybe it's
the
New York in him. I don't know.
I just don't need that, man. Chew with your mouth closed. What are you, an animal?
He's high on cocaine. He's not thinking about it.
Any of this weird things y'all picked up like I did on the gum? I also want to know how the hobo had the TV plugged in.
How the what?
The hobo had the TV plugged in.
Oh, yeah.
Hobos are capable of crazy things.
I mean, I just want to see what the redneck engineering looks like.
Yeah.
Also, did anybody go back afterwards and like pick up the pieces from the TV? Like,
that was a bit rude.
That was weird.
That was a bit rude.
Yeah, I was trying to understand what the intent. What do you think the intent with that was? Like, just
what was
when
weird?
He just opened the door. He stared at the people at the bus stop and then opened the door and just kicked the TV. I thought he was going to tell them to take the TV or something like that.
I think
that's what I thought it was going to do. I was getting some anger out.
It was the anger because they didn't get the guy, because they didn't get Chris at that moment.
But he'd been angry the whole movie. I didn't need that to further show that he was angry.
And then he probably remembered Ralph and was like, you know what, screw this. I'm throwing this.
I guess you're right. If your wife cheated on you with someone like Ralph,
yeah, I mean, come on,
it would piss you off.
Did like that. He said, "You can stand on the couch, you can bang my wife, but you are not watching my TV." That's where you crossed the line, buddy.
No, this is actually a pretty funny line.
And he clearly loved that TV too.
Yeah, it was featured prominently.
That piece of shit TV
back in the day.
That was a top tier TV back in the 90s.
That was like 12 or 16 inches right there. That probably cost more than my TVs I got now.
16 hard inches, baby.
Oh, another funny thing I like that at least I thought was funny was during the bank heist. De Niro's telling everybody to stay down, all that sort of stuff. And then he goes up to the guy with the key, and the guy, he says, "Where's the key?" And this guy's like, "What key?" I'm like, "Dude, you're done. Why are you trying to hide the key?" And then he got what he deserved.
He got what, man.
It's like you've been made, dude.
He got a quick left to the nose.
De Niro was not playing around. He was like, "Hell, if you're not with me, I'm."
I was like, dude, you think you're a hero? I would have given up the key. I would have had it out already.
When I also realized I'm not that guy.
Somebody wants to come rob us, here you go. I'll give you the money. You got a gun? Okay, I'm not dying for this.
Mm-mm.
All right. So all in all, good movie. So yeah, 1 out of 10. What are we ranking it?
That's an 8.5.
Solid 8.
I'll give it 8.5.
It would have been better for me if it was shorter.
Vitamin J, what you got?
8.
Yeah, I would probably put it in that 8.5, 8 range. So I'll probably go split the difference, go 8.25. So
we were right at about IMDb's greater than 8.3. So we're right on the right path.
I feel like it's impossible to watch that movie and be like, yeah, that was terrible. You
see, Oppenheimer I didn't think was that long.
No, it was because it was that
almost as long.
Good.
Was Oppenheimer almost as long?
It was 3. Yeah, it was 3 hours. It's exactly 3 hours.
Okay. Because I didn't think Oppenheimer felt long to me, but this movie felt long.
Yeah, but all in all, good movie. Definitely, if you haven't watched it, check it out. So these are going to be our monthly. This is our one for August. In September, we are moving towards the desert of futuristic into the desert, as we are going to watch a movie called Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, that's a good one.
We're bringing the intensity. We're bringing the heat, because that one is from start to finish, 100, and never lets up.
Am I the only one who has not seen it?
Appears that way.
Just to give you a slate of what our next movies are, Mad Max Fury Road is our movie for September. October, we're working on it. It'll be some form of horror movie. November, at this current moment in time of recording, it is scheduled to be Dune Part 2. And December, we will be doing Where Are No Angels. Thank you all for liking, subscribing. We are bringing back NFL season. It's come back soon. We will be doing an NFL preview show, as well as we will be bringing back our weekly NFL recap show. So be prepared, be ready to watch some stuff, see us a little bit more on the screen, know what you like. We already have one movie that was suggested by Jack Benny, and that we will be getting that to be or not to be. So we will be doing that then. We're pretty much up for anything except for silent movies. Please do not recommend a silent movie.
Yeah, I'm not.
Keep commenting. Do you want to thank some special people? Ian Corey 3142, Andrew Jones -WH2PC, a guy in the internet, Michael Jeffrey 4238, and Catherine Lloyd. Thank you all for commenting and keeping up with stuff and showing your love. Again, my name's Legacy.
And I'm Max.
I'm Bobby.
And Hunter.
And may the discussions begin. See ya.